Hi, this is Oliver speaking of the German old-school death metal band Fleshcrawl, and you're listening to The Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio.
Oliver, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview, and it's a pleasure to have you here at the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Nice, thank you very much for inviting us, yeah.
Very welcome. Oliver, born in Friedrichshafen, a city on the shore of Bodensee in South Germany, border to both Switzerland and Austria.
That's
you are the
correct.
guitarist of two death metal bands, Sucking Void out of Ulm and Fleshcrawl out of Illertissen, Bavaria. You even joined the death metal, death and roll metal band out of Stuttgart. I'm talking about Debauchery and play in different other bands.
That's correct.
Please, Oliver, share with us a little bit about your long career in metal at such an early age. I mean,
Yeah, well, I started playing guitar with, I think, 13 years old, jammed along with some friends, but not really metal music, just getting around, playing some stuff in, I would say it was like rock stuff or whatever. We just were finding ourselves and then developed my musical style into more extreme directions. I started a band with a friend around here named Suffocation, and yeah, we were just doing some old school death metal, maybe some grind influences, but this was never recorded anything. It's just a rehearsal room band, and so I played in different smaller bands, nothing really with a record out. When I was 20 years old, I joined Fleshcrawl. I found an announcement in the Rock Fabrik. There was like flyers hanging around and lying around, and one said they were searching for a guitar player, and I gave it a shot, and yeah, I joined the band. After maybe a second rehearsal, we saw it was good, was quite fitting, and yeah, so I started with Fleshcrawl in 2002. Yeah, since now it's about 17 years now in Fleshcrawl, and of course had some other bands I played in a heavy metal band named Stallion for 4 years, and also had like some session stand-ins with Debauchery for 1 year as a bass player because they were looking around, and by that time we didn't do much with Fleshcrawl, so I joined Debauchery for 1 year, and yeah, that's basically it. And I always had some smaller project friends having fun, making fun songs. I also had that little grind project with a friend was Electro Toilet Syndrome. It was a pretty different. I played around with different melodies from computer games and added them in the grind. It was pretty funny, but nothing really serious.
Oliver, thank you very much for sharing with us your early days that you started in metal up to now. It's so good for fans to get to know you a little bit much better.
Yeah, sure. I mean, everybody begins somewhere, his journey in the metal music, and I never quit. Just yesterday I talked to a friend of mine and talking about metal and what our parents thought, like what's gonna be a phase. He's gonna cut his hair sooner or later off, so now I'm here with my 37 years and still long hair, still rocking out, still having fun making this beautiful music of ours, So it wasn't a passing phase.
I over the 50 to not say my exact age.
Yeah.
But I'm still enjoying metal every second of my life, man.
Yeah, it's something we can't just shrug off. It's part of our lives, I think. And yeah, even if you don't have long hair, I mean, who cares? It's just hair. Sometimes you can't have your hair when you're old. It's falling out. So that's the most important thing, is you have it in your heart. And yeah, enjoy it.
Oliver, what we hear for Germany's Fleshcrawl is a band that probably doesn't need an introduction, but the band was formed by Stefan Hanus and Bastian Herzog in 1987 under the name Morgöth. In 1990, after original lead vocalist Wendelin Dopfer left the band, Alex Pretzer was signed on, and the band changed the name to Suffocation, not to confuse with the American Suffocation, and released a demo tape called Festering Flesh.
Festering Flesh, yeah.
Yeah, Festering Flesh. And after the release of the demo tape, the band was forced to change name because that band I just mentioned, American band Suffocation, it was officially renamed to Fleshcrawl. And then released the first 7-inch EP, Lost in the Grave, in 1991 through Morbid Records. Oliver, you joined Fleshcrawl back in 2002 in replacement of Stefan Hanus. if I'm not wrong. Okay, could you, if you don't mind, could you please present us the current band lineup, please?
Yeah, sure. It's still Sebastian Herzog on the drums. He's the last founding member, which is left from the founding lineup. Then there's old school vocal legend, as people say, Sven Gross on the vocals, also known for a lot of other projects he's working on. Yeah, he gives guest vocals to several bands for a track or so. That's what he likes to do sometimes. Yeah, then there's Slobodan Stupar. He's our new guy. He's from Croatia, and he moved to Stuttgart to work there. And when we were searching for a new guitar player some months ago, he dropped me a line. He wrote us he would be interested, and he sent me videos and was really good, and so we joined. And then there's Manuel Markowski. He's the bass player, and he's from Augsburg, which is about 1 hour from the rehearsal place. Yeah, we all live around the rehearsal place about 1 hour, so we meet in a center to hook up. Yeah.
I want to give the shout out to Sven Gross.
Yeah.
I just had a great opportunity to interview them for the brand new album, talking about Burial Remains from the Netherlands. The last album they just released last July, if I'm not wrong, Trinity of Deception through Transcending Security Records. Okay, go back to the history of this great band, Fleshcrawl. The band released a whole lot of albums throughout its history. Going back 1990, Festering Flesh, this demo, 91, Lost in a Grave, the 70, 92, Descends into Absurd, 94, Impunity, 96, Blood Soul, 97, Blooded Massacre, 2000, As Blood Rains from the Sky, We Walk the Path of Endless Fire, 2001, Skull Skinner, 2004, Made of Flesh, 2005, Crawling in Flesh, a best-of compilation, 2007, Structures of Death. 2015 and 16 both are splits albums, Tales of Flesh and Skin, Festering Thoughts from a Grave, and yes, now the very new album, Into Catacombs of Flesh, 2019. Oliver, you was part of 2 albums. I'm talking about the 2 older albums, not the new one. 2 albums released back then in 2004. As I mentioned, Made of Flesh, and in 2007, Structures of Death.
Yes.
How has these albums been in the band history, in your career as well as a musician?
I think they were very well received by the fans. There were no bad reviews, actually. Of course, you have sometimes those people complaining, it's kind of repetitive and it's sounding the same, but that's exactly what we want. We don't want to change. Maybe we discover new fields a little bit here and there, but nothing. We never like to change to add some maybe keyboards or electronic music into our stuff. And those 2 albums was a good experience recording. It was also the good old days when we recorded mostly analog. The Made of Flesh album was a big experience for me because we went to Sweden to record there by Studio Underground in Västerås. And we had analog recording equipment, which was really cool to see, and working with those big band machines, and also having this nice analog sound. But nowadays, this is unfortunate. It's not so possible anymore to record analog because of the costs, and time is money, and can't book a studio for 4 weeks because this is a lot of money and everybody wants to save, and so you're stuck with digital recording, which is also it's pros. It makes recording much easier, but it's lacking of the analog feel is not there anymore, which is a little bit sad to me. But back to the question, those albums were fun to record, had good reception and good songs on it, in my opinion. That's what it meant to me.
At that time when you recorded, especially the second one, the 2007 Structures of Death, you guys knew that it will take so long, 12 years?
No, we didn't. It was dependent of some factors. Our drummer, Basti, went to Dubai to work there for 4 years, I think. We had different drummers in there. Also, nice fun fact is Simon Schilling, the actual drummer of Marduk right now, was playing with us for about 1 year when Basti was not there. It was a good experience. He's also a good friend of us, a real nice guy. But problem was the inspiration was kind of gone. We had some issues internally, and we played live, some shows, of course, but there was no songwriting going on in this process. Like I said, it had several topics, some internal, internal band discussions, things, which finally also led to the departure of Mike Hanus. After this lineup change, when Slobodan came, we could start working again together as a band and writing new material. And that's why it took so fucking long, 12 years.
Go back to the albums the band has released. Please share with us about the two last split albums the band released, the 2015 Tales of Flesh and Skin and the 2016 Festering Thoughts from a Grave.
These were like to make a live sign. We recorded 2 songs, mostly on my desk here in my little home studio, and it was a nice little project. And also to, as I said, to make a new live sign. We're still alive, kind of. And I think it was important to see if we can still do it. The Suffocation and Fleshcrawl is really old songs. I'm not really informed when we released this. I think the label just put it out, the Raw Skull Records. Maybe Bastian knows about this. I'm not really informed about.
Okay, Into the Catacombs of Flesh is Fleshcrawl's first album in 12 years. Their last full-length album was 2007, Structures of Death. In fact, they pick up where they left off. It's almost as if there wasn't ever a gap in the first place. Trippers from the last album return: vocalist Sven, guitarist Hugh, Oliver, and drum Bastian. Into the Catacombs of Flesh was released on November 29th via German Apostasy Records. Oliver, could you please present us the album tracking list?
Okay, Into the Catacombs is a title track. I think it's one of the strongest songs on there, and typical Fleshcrawl songs we have here. We have this repeating refrain, the Into the Catacombs of Flesh, where fans can sing along also. And secondly, we have Mass Obliteration on track 2. Kind of was a little experiment of my side. I think I was playing some riff and I was playing some death and roll riffs here and there and playing around with some punk rock rhythms, and that's what Mass Obliteration is basically about. It's hard, it's fast hitting, it's in your face, there's no long intro. Lyrically, it's a little bit about the destruction of our planet Earth, maybe a little disguised as a zombie apocalypse in there if you read the lyrics. And in the end, the spoken words is a little poem about an angel of death and mankind, and there's a little story behind it. Then we have those Osha rituals, which is basically a typical Fleshcrawl song about bones and flesh, and we got a little video on YouTube with this song where you see a lot of bones in the catacombs of Paris. Then Funeral Storm is a song of Slobodan. He wrote this himself. His first song he devoted to Fleshcrawl, kind of a little different. It's more raw, more aggressive, but overall fits also very good into Fleshcrawl. That's what we think. Gravemonger, slower paced, heavy song. Typical Fleshcrawl, of course, about graves. Then we have Chained Impalement, another song from Slobodan. Also very fast, very hard-hitting, and brutal lyrics. Just check them out. It's pretty aggressive. Then we got The Law of Retaliation, which is a song I wrote a little bit with Bowthrow in my mind, and as a tribute to this great band, created this song in the style of a little bit of Bowthrow. You hear it, the rolling machine, the rolling rhythms, and Obliteration Bizarre, very fast song, 1 minute 50. Red Streams of Sorrow. Let me think about this song. I don't have it in my mind, but sorry, no info for the Red Streams now. Of Frozen Bloody Grounds is basically about winter war, winter warfare. Think about Finland and the war against Russia. That's what it's all about. It's pretty melodic. I think it's our Iron Maiden style song. Then we go to Suffer the Dead. It's track number 11. It's pretty 6 feet under-ish, rhythm-like, pounding riffs here and there, and very kind of slow song, but heavy. Suffer the Dead. Check it out yourself. I don't have to say anything. I don't have it in my mind right now. Suffer the Dead. And then we have the special song from Slobodan. It's Among Death and Desolation. It has influences of At the Gates. You hear it. Nice melody lines in there. And it's one of the most melodic songs we have in the catalog right now. Okay. I think that's it.
Oliver, I want to thank you very much for describing the album tracking list for us.
Sure.
Shall defy the light. I'm amidst the dead, I'm praying for their skeletons. I seek eternal light.
Returning after 12 years, the Catacombs were reopened to bear witness and genuine true death metal. Into the Catacombs of Flesh is an album not only for all witness and fans of the band, but for all orthodox Fleshcrawl move in the grave with elegance and experience of old hunters. In addition of the long 12 years gap in between the last release, how was the making of this particular album been?
At first, the machine needed to start to roll again. You need to add some oil here and there and crank it up. But when it was running, it was really a constant flow of new riffs, adding new riffs together, sending it over the internet to the other guys and check so that they can check it out and write lyrics for it and maybe change here and there, add some stuff. It was really a productive time the last year when we wrote the album, and recording was mostly done at my home studio here. As I said, digital recording opens new possibilities. You don't have to spend so much money to make a good album. Unfortunately, not analog, but yeah, that's the sad thing on it. It enables you to record your ideas fast and efficient and make new songs. The songwriting was mostly done on my side, besides I think 3 songs from Slobodan, and lyrics came from me, from Basti, from Sven. It was a good cooperation. I think we found the right lineup now to make the next one even better than this one.
All work done by you guys yourself, a mix and master as well?
No, mixing and mastering was done by Johnny Peterson he lives in London. He's a Swedish guy, but he moved to London, and he did a great job in making us this album mix and master. When we heard it finally, of course you can tweak here and there. It's difficult if you work in a distance, but it was also money-wise the best decision to make it that way. Maybe the next time we will be present in a mix and mastering. Some people say the solos are a little too loud on some tracks, which is also the case, which I think now when I hear it I understand these issues, but yeah, let's make it better next time. So check Johnny out. He's a great musician actually. He's working in different bands and projects, and yeah, just big shout out to Johnny. It was a great job he did.
Okay. The band has released 2 videos. One last October for Mass Obliteration and one last November for Ossuary Rituals. Please tell us about these 2 videos the band released, Oliver.
Yeah, as I told you before, the Ossuary Rituals is all about bones, and we had some nice video clips recorded from Catacombs in Paris. If you heard about them, go there, check it out. Creepy place, but awesome to get material for dark videos, because really morbid skulls everywhere and stuff. The other video was like kind of live recording. We rented a place, and this was an old punk rock place where punk rock bands are playing a lot, and there we shot some kind of live scene, made a video of it. It was cool. It was a little exhausting because the whole day banging to the same songs is like playing a live concert for 5 hours. But this was a good experience actually. Yeah.
A lot of people go seen outside. I mean, or was it just you?
No. We just had the place for us, so we recorded it there. The camera guy and us. Yeah.
The band released the last full-length album with Metal Blade Records. I'm talking about the 2000, 2001, 2004, and the last one, 2007 album.
Yeah.
Haven't done so. Even like we said, there is a big gap in between, but why didn't you went to Metal Blade Records again? And how is everything going so far with Apostasy record?
Yeah, I think Metal Blade was a good choice back then. The contract went out and we didn't have like options to make a new album, and we didn't record anything. So this contract was just running out, and we were looking around who would be the best partner for us for this next album. For this Into the Catacombs album. And Thomas is a friend of us, and we know him since like forever. He has also his own band, which you should check out. And he offered us a very good deal, and we thought about, well, it's maybe a smaller label, but they will put more effort into us than if we were like a smaller band on a big label where you have much bigger bands, and the money for promotion goes to bigger bands. You're just a little wagon on the train, if you know what I mean. So we decided to go with Apostasy Records, and we're fully satisfied. It's running very well so far.
Okay, the band had an album release show last November 29th with the Belgium death metal band Carnation.
Yes.
A band that I saw last Eindhoven Metal Meeting. A very great band playing live. Was this in Osnabrück, a city in northwest in Germany? And how was the show gone?
Actually, it was a very cool show. Besides, it was a Sunday evening. It was not evening, it was afternoon. But fortunately, a lot of people showed up, and the concert was really great. Also, Carnation, great band, great people. We couldn't wish for more. A very nice and good show.
It was in Osnabrück, right?
Yes, correct.
But Oliver, tell me, there was a second album release show, right?
Yeah, we had 2 album release shows. One in the hometown of our singer in Aalen, in a pub called Rocket. It was on Friday. Saturday was kind of day off when we just hang around at Sven's place, and then Sunday morning we went off to Osnabrück.
That one on the Friday, that was with Body Farm, right?
Correct. Friday was Body Farm.
Okay, between 2008 and 2015, the band did not release new music, but was always active playing live. Over the years, Fleshcrawl played several well-known fests like SWR Barosellas, Open Air, Queens of Metal, Rock Marathon, A Summer Breeze, Battlefield Metal Fest, Chronicle Mosher, Darkness, Fistful of Metal Fest, Inferno Metal Fest, Rock Hearts Festival, Bang Your Head Open Air, Baden and Blood, Faces of Death, Nepal Death Fest, Obscene Extreme Helsinki Death Fest, and more, and as well as many single club shows. Yes, we are already at the end of 2019. Is there more show to be played within the last weeks of this year, Oliver?
No, we're done for this year. Next show will be in 17th January in Belgium. Yes, yeah, but this year is over.
I've seen that the band has already booked for a Gottum festival in Slovakia, a nice festival, a small but nice festival I experienced a couple of years ago. You guys going to be playing there somewhere in July 2020 with a great lineup. I see Memoriam. We interview Malevolent Creation. I saw in a couple of times as well Dragonia, Grave, Area, Union, and many more. Will this be your first Gottum presentation or first time playing in Slovakia?
Not first time in Slovakia, but the first time on this festival. I'm really looking forward to it because of the great bands you already mentioned. We're really looking forward. It'll be very nice, I think.
Okay, the band will return to Summer Breeze Open Air in Dinkelsbohl, Bavaria, southern part of Germany. When was your last presentation there, and what will the band give to the Summer Breeze audience this time?
Last time Summer Breeze was 2004, I think. It was one of the best gigs so far, which I experienced because we were just returning from a tour, I think with 6 Feet Under back then. We were like really played in together, really tight, and music-wise, and also the stage presence was great. What I see from the videos from then, and it's one of the best gigs ever played there, and I hope we can do it again next year. So really looking forward, because Summer Breeze is a very cool festival. It's not far away from here. We will offer, of course, very old school songs. We play from the first album, some songs also, and also present the new stuff to the fans and also the evergreens.
I had a chance to be at Summer Breeze, and I really like the village, Dinkelsbohl, a great village. What a great beer they have there. Best beers all over Germany, the ones from Bavaria. Wow, I really enjoy those beers. I can't wait to be back.
Will you be on Summer Breeze?
I haven't planned it yet to return there, but let's hope I can do it.
It would be cool to meet you in person.
Okay, besides the 2 already booked summer festivals, what else will the band be doing, Oliver, for the beginning of 2020?
We're gonna play in January, 17th January. It's in Belgium, in the LP Club. It's a very cool club. It's more like a rock cafe, but very nice people there. Then we're gonna be on 18th January in Netherlands, on the Drachten Deathfest. 6th of March in Bochum in Langendrehe. Then 14th of March, Assault of the Undead 4 Festival. I don't know where it is, actually. I have to look it up. 11th June, we're going to be on a smaller festival here in my area. It's called the Arc Festival. Very nice bands playing there. 20th of June is Pretzer Open Air. And then, of course, 7th of August, awesome Partisan Open Air, which every old school death metal head should know or should have heard of. The Partisan Festival,
Okay, great. great to hear. Into the Catacombs of Flesh does exactly what it needs to do, considering the 12-year drought. It's clear they've lost none of their spirit or spitfire. The album packs together plenty of brutal energy, melodic solo riffs, and no shortage of groove to give a dynamic and interesting feel. Oliver,
yes,
I want to thank you very much once again to have made this interview possible. Before I leave, I still have a question. How about the album? In how many formats can the fans get it? For all those fans that has not buy it as yet.
You can obtain it on classical CD, of course. Then we have LP and vinyl format, which will be out soon. We had some problems with the pressing factory, so they were not there in time, but I think they're available soon. Then we have this special collector's box. It's a wooden box with a red vinyl, also a signed thing. Is also, we add a signed autographs in there. Then, of course, we have the digital downloads on the digital streaming on Spotify and wherever else this is all published. I think it's Google Play and Deezer, and I'm not into this streaming stuff, but it's also available there.
I buy all my CDs or LPs I buy in Europe, and I see the reaction of the fans when they go buy. They want original. They don't want digital download. I'm talking about for Europeans. You guys prefer to have the LP, to have the vinyl, to have the CDs itself.
Yeah, you have the artworks and stuff, and also physical, something in your hands. It's not very heavy metal to stream music, in my opinion.
Going back to the vinyl, as I asked you, and how many colors are there be available?
Red vinyl, I think it's strictly limited to 200 copies. Then it also has black vinyl, this is standard. Also, you have red and black, that's what I see here, and a CD, as we told, and the collector's box.
That would be very cool to have that collector box, man.
I think it's limited to 500. I don't think it's sold out. So check it out on the Apostasy Records.
I need to place my order.
Yeah.
How about merch, Oliver?
We have several different merch designs out there. Best would be you go to our website. It's fleshcrawl.net. We have quite a lot of artworks right now because we have found a really cool guy, a talented guy. We have a mass obliteration shirt with hand-drawn pictures from this artist from the Netherlands or from Belgium, I think. His name is Bram. We have a very cool looking hoodie with also a hoodie prints on the sides and on front and back. Then we have the Ossuary Ritual shirts, and we have also some older shirts like Impurity on stock. You should check out fleshstore.de for Germany to check out the available artworks.
Okay, very good, Oliver. And yes, as I was saying, once again, thank you very much for this great opportunity. And I want to hand you over the microphone of Metal Messiah Radio for you.
Yeah.
Invite all your fans, all your friends to support the bands, to buy the band's previous albums, and to rush and buy the brand new masterpiece Into the Catacombs of Flesh, and also to attend the band's upcoming shows. The microphone is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for having me here, Vampire, on Metal Messiah Radio. And come to our shows, say hello, drink a beer together, check out the album, maybe stream it first and then buy it if you like it, and support old school death metal. Thank you.
I probably gonna step by and say hello if I reach it, if I reach to Bavaria.
Hopefully.
But in the meantime, I want to thank you, and I want to say hello to all the members of the band. Please say hello to Sven, say hello to Slobodan, say hello to Manuel, say hello to Bastian.
I will.
And in the meantime, like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye.
Metal on. Bye-bye.